Okay, good morning everybody. Mike Niemiec here. We're wrapping up this second week of December. It's Friday the 14th. This week we've been highlighting on some of the topics that we've been bringing to the forefront here, and that being three of them. One of them has been the trade talks and what the results are going to be between the U.S. and the Chinese, and that kind of got fast-forwarded a little bit yesterday when the USDA announced that the Chinese did indeed buy some U.S. beans and that they were back in the game. This morning it got a little bit more of a supportive news in the sense that the Chinese apparently beginning January 1st that they're going to go and take off the tariffs on U.S.-made vehicles and auto parts for the next 3 months. So we are making some progress with the trade talks. I guess the question with the beans is that are they going to buy more, and or if they're going to take the tariffs off of their local buyers, which would be more of an incentive for bean purchases coming from here. So there's still a little bit of open questions out there, but once again making some progress. Also this morning with those auto part talks, there was a little byline in there that the Chinese will be back again trying to buy ag products, and they even threw corn in the mix. So anyway, that was number one. Number two topic that we touched on this week was the ongoing USDA reports that we get on a monthly basis. The USDA came out earlier in the week and continued to show us that we are quite well supplied with corn, wheat, and soybeans. The carryouts went up in some of those commodities both in the U.S. and or in the world, and our demand is still somewhat suffering. So we continue to have that on a backdrop. And then the third one that we've been commenting on as a topic for the trade focus has been what's going to go on with South America as they now enter their growing period. And the USDA reiterated on that as well, and they're looking at strong crop prospects right now. The weather forecasts continue to remain favorable, and if it all said and done with if they have a good crop, they are just going to be continuing to add to the S&Ds that the USDA came out with, the world being well supplied with grains. So anyway, those three topics, ironically, with the USDA coming on out and saying that we have enough soybeans and raising the carryouts and South American production, the bean market wound up rallying earlier in the week. Then we wind up selling beans to China. Now we wind up breaking the bean market yesterday. Then we find out that we have a lot of wheat around, not doing any wheat business here in the U.S., and what happened yesterday, the wheat market rally. So you can see the volatility is out there, and sometimes it's just in rhyme and reason with what the news is. So anyway, we're up a little bit so far for the week in wheat. We're pretty much unchanged in corn, a little bit on the defensive in beans. We're going to have the commitment of traders report come out after the close today. The trade is still seeing a small, modest net long in corn, short the rest of the floor, that being the oil seeds and in the wheat. Today's last trading day for the December futures. We are potentially, last week was an up week. So far we're kind of fiddling with potentially having a down week this week, namely in the corn, beans, and in the soybean oil. We still have our gaps underneath the marketplace in those three markets prior to the start of the month when we opened up higher when the G20 meeting looked favorable. So all in all, we still, in my mind, have the backdrop of the USDA supplies in South America being a harbinger for advancing prices as we continue to sort out the U.S.-Chinese relations, try and push back further into our pivotal price areas. Have a good weekend. Once again, these are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.